Hello, I'm Sharon and welcome. I hope you're all keeping well. Today we're going to be doing, it's a bit of a double one. We're going to be making a lovely coil and roll photo frame. So first we'd need to make the rolls and then turn them into the coils. So I'm going to show you some of these for examples of what I've done. They look very much like paper straws. Now this was suggested to me by our very own Sarah Frost, and thank you for the, challenge really. This is the first time I've ever done them, and it's been really quite enjoyable, and it's quite relaxing as well just to sit there and do them. You can have something on the TV or some music in the background and just sit and roll them. Now I've made quite a few of them in advance just so that for time purposes really, and the best thing is to have them sort of pre-done so they're ready. When you've done the rolls, you can then turn them into, I'm going to get as many as I can. In fact, I've got a lot of them on here, and if I lift this down, well, you can't actually see. I was hoping you could. So if I lift that down, you don't actually see anything, but if I do this and lift these up, you'll see what you can create from this are these lovely and very colourful paper coils. Right, so I'm going to pop them back on there. Oops. And tell you what you'll need. So, firstly, you will need a magazine. I've got this one. Look, I'm quite lucky. My mum reads lots and lots of sort of house and garden books, and this one's got lots and lots of lovely colourful pages in it. So I've just got a magazine. You can use newspaper. I've taken out a couple of sheets here. Just going to put them together, and you fold them. I will lift it up and show you. I've been experimenting, and I found that if I folded it like that and then folded this piece back over, let's have a look. Oops. And you can use the scissors, but if you press down on the fold, it should, depending on the paper, just tear off really easily. I say this and now it'll probably go completely wrong. Just discard that. I'm going to pop that behind me. And tear down there. And there we have 4 pieces of paper. So decide what side you want to use. Now there's blue on this side, there's a bit of yellow on this side. I'm going to drop this down a little bit so you can see better what I'm actually doing. I'm going to push them to the side, and you need a knitting needle and a glue stick, and that's pretty much it really. So you start in the corner, so the corner nearest to your right hand, and you just put this on. And start to roll. Just going to move that down a little bit. And as you can see, I'm just rolling it. There we go. So good. And just going to get that glue stick. Now, if you've got a bit of paper or card or something, just to sort of use as a board underneath, it's quite good because you're going to be using a bit of glue. We're just going to rub that along there. Continue rolling. Oops, I've got paint all over my hands. And there we go. So there's your first one. So I'm going to do a couple more just to show you. Oops. It doesn't matter that that's got a bit of glue on, it should be fine. Well, this one's got lots of bits on it. I think we'll use this side. So once again, right hand corner, roll it over and start to roll. There. Now sometimes they don't always work. Most of the time they do, which is great. You can always unroll it and do it again. So just gonna glue that corner and continue rolling. Take it off of there. There we go, that's another one. And we're going to do 2 more. Oh, that's quite colourful on that side, so that's quite nice. So I'm going to start with that. Once again, in the corner and roll. Once you get the hang of it, it's quite easy. I say this and now I'll probably go wrong all the way down this one. Oops. There we go. A little bit of glue. Perfect. And one more. Ooh, which side do we use? So we'll start with this side here. I'm going to roll that corner. There we go. Working all the way down. Well, this one's not done it quite as well. As you can see, it's sort of folded itself up. So I'm going to uncoil that. And I'm just going to do it again. Start there. Hopefully this time it should be fine. But you never know. Oops. That one's a bit thicker, so we'll do it one more time. If it doesn't work next time, we'll just move on to the ones that we've already got, because we've got lots of them ready. And start with the corner. Roll it in. Don't give up, you know, just have a little bit of patience. It does eventually work. There we go, that one's much better, doing it as it should. A little bit of glue on there, on the corner. Let's finish that off. There. As you can see, mixture of the colours. We've got the green in there, a bit of grey. Now I'm going to push that knitting needle to the side because we don't need it at the moment, and I'm going to show you how to do the coils. I'm also going to show you that you can connect a couple of these together. So all you need to do, I'm just going to test it out first to make sure it works, is just push the end of one into the end of another, push it down. Now to make that secure, you could put a little bit of glue on there. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to put a little bit of glue on here, just on the end. There we go, just rub it on. And I'm just hoping it still fits inside. Perfect. Just squeeze it down for a moment and hopefully it should stick. Now you could make these as long as you want. You could do them 3 long if you wish, and maybe normally I only stick to with the ones I've been doing, I've been sticking to 2, but especially for you I'm going to make this one 3 long, so that'll fit in there. So I'm just going to do what we did before, a little bit of glue on the end, slide it into the end of this one and press it down. Just press it down so that it'll hold. So I've got quite a long one there, and now I'm going to show you how to coil it. Right, so I hope this goes well. I'm trying to decide whether to do a light middle or a colourful one. We'll start with the colourful centre. So as you do it, just press it down and start to roll. Now some of these are these paper coils, it is easy, but they are quite well done, you know, there's quite a lot of paper in them, so they are quite a bit stiff. So I'm just rolling that in. Keep on rolling. Ooh, and as you can see as I'm doing it, you can see the colours in it. The mixture of colours. This is why it's really nice to use a magazine which has a few different colours on it rather than just a grey and white newspaper, which is still really nice, but to me not as effective. There, so I'm rolling in. Oops. Squeezing down as I go. Squeeze that down, keep on rolling. Right, so we're just about where the last one was attached now. There we go. So the outer edge is going to be a little bit plainer. There's still a bit of colour on there, but not as much. Just keep on coiling it round. And there we are. Now just to secure it, get that glue stick again. I just do a sort of couple of inches where I just have the glue on it, just to make sure. Oops. Now I'm hoping that holds. You can hold it for a moment just to sort of help it stick, and then it should be fine. So there's the one that we've just made. So I'm going to pop that on there, and I'm going to do a smaller one. So this time I'm just using one for this one, and we're going to work from the outside. So we're going to do actually it's the inside, but we're going to do the pale sort of greeny on the inside, and the outer should be brighter. This is only a one roll rather than using 3 like we did for the last one, so this won't be as big. Oh, you can see that grey now, and we're going to go to the pink in a moment. To the green. Oops. And we're going to finish with the pink. So, as before, stick that down. And there we go. That's a smaller one. Oops. And I think we'll do one with 2. Oh, this one's really bright and colourful, so we're just going to stick these 2 together. Let's have a look. I think that'd be nice if we can connect it there. I'm not sure if we can. See if it'll fit inside. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Oops. Try this end. Perfect. There. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on here. Slide it inside there. Oops. Just not doing it this time. Oh. Try to get it in. Just going to squeeze it, see if it goes in that way. No, it won't. It's not playing. So, go from this side instead. Just going to squeeze that, push it in. I'm not even going to glue it because it's gone far enough in. We should be fine. Famous last words, of course. And we're going to start to roll. So this is a 2-1, a 2 roll. Oops. So we've done one using one of the paper rolls. We've done one using 2. Well, this is the one I'm working on, and obviously we've done the one using 3. I'm going to show you the 3 different sizes in a moment. Just keep on rolling. Put a little bit of pressure on just before you get to it. So squeeze it down, push it round. That's it. Oh, you can see all the colours in there. Just going to hold it so you can see. Moving on to the pink now, so that's going to be on the outer, pink and blue. There we go. Pull that in, roll it round, and there we are. So now we've got the 3 that I've done in the 3 different sizes. I wouldn't make them any bigger than that. And they're ready to use on a frame, a picture frame. So I'm just going to pop them on there for later. I'm going to put these aside and we'll probably use them for a different craft at some other time. And now I'm going to show you how to make the photo frame. Now I've cut everything out ready, but I want you to show that every single thing on this is made from scratch, and I think that is the best thing to do when you're doing crafts. You feel so good afterwards that when you see the finished product and you think, I've made everything there, that's great. So we made photo frames last week, I think it was. So there's definitely on here, there will be one showing you more detailed of how to do the photo frame. So I've got a backing piece of card, the card for the frame. I've drawn around the photo that I want, and I've just made it so that it's slightly, the little window is smaller than the photograph, so that it doesn't just drop out. And what we're going to do now, just check that fits together okay. I've got these little extra pieces to put down the sides and on the bottom, and one for the back, and I'm going to stick them all in. Now I'm going to use some glue. I did bring myself, oh it's there, a glue spreader. If it comes out. Oops. I'm using some high-tack glue for this, it's quite good. I did bring my glue gun along just in case, but I do want you to see that I do actually use glue rather than glue gun glue all the time. So I'm going to just go along there, spread that glue. There might be a bit left on, don't worry about that. Just push this to the side and press down and hold. Same here, put on some glue. This won't take as long. Oops. I'm going to press down, hold it for a moment, and the same with the bottom piece, just to stop it dropping out. Put some glue on. Oops. Press down. And now we're going to glue on this. So I'm going to do it that way so that I've used an old shoe box. I've left the red bit on the back, so I think it looks quite nice. And we're just going to glue around the edges. So we only need to do three sides. Just going to try not to get that glue that's dripped on there all over the place. In fact, I'll glue on here, it's easier. So glue onto there, onto what we've already done. That aside a moment, bring that here, drop a bit of glue out. Oops, come on. There, perfect. Glue that across. Shouldn't really need any more than this. What we've got here, that should spread on there. There we go. And across the bottom. A little bit on the top bit. And now we're going to take that, put it on there, and we're going to press it down. Just check it's all in the right places. Now you could actually leave it for a while, which I did with one that I made earlier. You could put a book on top of it because it's quite heavy and it will hold it down, and it should help it just to stick. Keep pressing that. Hopefully it's all on now. And we're just going to stick the back panel on. There. So another piece of card with little fold in it. Try and get it as central as I can. Probably won't, it's not going to be perfect, but that doesn't matter. It doesn't need to be. And oops, there's quite a bit of glue there. Doesn't matter. And we're just going to stick that on there, press it down. Once again, you can put a book on there to hold it down. Now, I'm not going to leave it to do that because I'm just sort of showing you how to prepare your frame. But the one that I've already done, I did. Left it all set nicely. And it's sat waiting to go. Now, the next part of this. So, once you've got your frame made, you might want to decorate it. I know you're going to be putting all these lovely coils and these rolls. No, these are the coils. So we're going to be putting the coils on that we've made from the rolls. But it's nice to have sort of an underneath colour. So I've got some paint that I've just popped in on my palette. I've gone for a combination of blue, white, red and purple. And I'm using a sponge. I love working with sponges to paint. It's one of my favourite things. You know, using a brush is great, but when you want an effect like this, the sponge is perfect. So I've just got some paint on there, and I'm just gonna go around the edges. Now this is where you can get quite messy if you want to. Now I've started with the purple, but I'm moving on to the red. I've not even changed the sponge because you don't need to, into a bit of white. I'm going to put a little bit of blue on there. Move it around the frame where you want it. I particularly love this effect. So a bit of white. Don't forget to make sure, I might have mentioned it already, but don't forget to make sure you've got some newspaper down. There we go. Now this is really, it doesn't matter, you could actually do a frame and just have the frame like this and let it dry and then put a bit of varnish over it because it looks quite nice. But obviously we're going to add the paper coils, so it doesn't have to be in any particular fancy order. There, so I'm just going to dip that in, add a bit more white. I think we might need a bit of red over here. Press that down. A bit of purple on there. And there we have. I'm quite happy with that. I like how it looks. Oops. A little bit of red there. dab it on. And that, to me, is quite lovely. Oops. Just going to lift it up. And there we have a picture frame. Now it's far from done. But I'm just doing that to show you. So we're going to push that to one side and we're going to let it dry. And as if by magic, here's one. Just going to wipe my hands because it's a little bit wet with paint. And I'm also going to fold that over and just work on there. Now here's one I did earlier and it's virtually dry. I've also popped a little bit of white paper inside to cover the back, and I've put in a little bit, a bit of an acetate sheet that I've cut it into shape. Now if you saw the one where I made a photo frame, you will see exactly how this is done. So there we go. Now we're going to work with those coils and rolls. So I'm going to get some glue. I'm also going to use my glue stick because I'm not actually sure which is going to make it stick best. And what I suggest is that you sort of decide, you can sort of work out a pattern of how you want them to look on your frame, or you can just be a bit random and just put them anywhere. So we'll start with this one. Put some glue on there. Not sure how well it's going to stick. If it doesn't, we'll use a glue gun. And for our first one, I think we'll go in the corner. Oh, that's stuck on really nice. Really, really nice. So we're going to need to pick another one. So I'm just going to go with that one. This reminds me, I have a patchwork quilt upstairs and it's the same colours, but every time I'm doing these, it just makes me think of the patchwork quilt. Push it down. Hold it on. Now I think it'd be nice to have a little blue one there. Use that glue, and I think we're going to pop it on the edge. Now when you're doing this, I do suggest that if you've been using paint, you wash your hands afterwards, because my hands are just covered in it. Now I'm lucky it's not getting all over here because it's dried, but you don't want to ruin a good piece of work, so just always sort of make sure your hands are clean. There we go. We're going to get that one. Lots of glue on there, and I'm going to go on along the bottom now. Well, I assume it's the bottom. I'm not sure which way around the photo. Yeah, it is. Put another one on there. Now you can completely cover it or you can just do bits. I'm going to work with this for a few minutes and sort of decide as I go along what we're going to do. Oops. Glue stick. And I'm going to start from here. Now I'm going to bring that one slightly out a little bit more. So it's just going across a tiny bit over the frame. And I'm going to look for a small one, but I want a nice colour. In fact, no, I'm not going to look for a small one. I'm going to put... Let's see. If I bring that out a bit more... Whoops! A small one will squeeze in there. Oh yeah, that's going to look really nice. So we're just going to put a bit of glue on this one. Keep working your way around the frame. And I've got a bit of glue on there, but it doesn't matter. Press that down. Doesn't matter if there's gaps between it either. Oh, that one will look good. So we're going to put some glue on there. Push that in. And oh, this one's nice. I think it'll go well, but maybe not. Go for something a little bit paler. Oh, now that one's perfect. They remind me of squashed up rosebuds as well. So not only patchwork quilts, but they remind me of, yeah, the centre of rosebuds. Push that down, a little bit of pressure. And remember, when it's all done, you can put a weighted, but you know, heavy book on it just to hold it all down. There we go. I think so we're going to use, we made that big one, so I think we should use that. I'm just going to see what will fit in between. So I think if we have a small one there and a bigger one there, let's have a look. Ooh, I don't know. So we'll go with this one. Quite like it because it's of the dark centre. I'm actually going to put that here. And whatever else fits in now, we're just going to squeeze on. Yep, that one looks good. Lots of glue. Hold it down. Don't have to be so squashed tightly together. Can spread them a little bit, which we'll do with the next couple that we're putting on. Here's a big one. Oops. Wow, it's amazing. You could also make hanging decorations with these. So you could cut out a cardboard heart or something and then just put the hearts all the way, like we're doing with the frame, and fill it with the coils in the heart, so it just like, and then it'd be just, you could just angle it down. You could do it both sides as well, so you could actually hang it from the ceiling if you wanted. I'd probably end up putting bells on it, just done it the wrong way around, but it doesn't matter. I think we need a big one. Oh yes, perfect. There we go. So I'm going to show you what we've done so far. So this is the result so far. I'm going to keep working on that for a few minutes. Put some on the other side. It gets quite heavy as well. Surprising how heavy they become. So I'm actually going to go back down to this corner over here where we haven't done anything yet. I'm going to start there and I'm going to work my way around with it. So I'm going to put one there. This one particularly goes with the, you know, the frame that I painted up. It looks perfect, as if it was made for it. Don't know if you can see that. Put that there and we will see. Shall we have a small one or shall we have a big one? Oh, I think we'll go for a big one. This is one of the ones that I've just made while I've been doing this. There we go, lots of glue. Push that down. Just move that glue stick so you can actually see. There. And I think that one, oh yes, perfect. We'll go on there. Oops. This is quite, I would say it's like some of the mindful stuff that I do. It is really quite, you know, relaxing, just sort of sat here and doing this. It's just, it's fantastic. So look, should we have one there? I think we will. And there's a small one that we did. And I'm actually going to leave my frame now after doing this one because I really like the look of it. You know, you can complete it and go all the way around, and I probably will do with the other one. But the look that I've got from this, I'm just wondering if there's possibly a tiny one that I can squeeze in there. But no, it's fine. It doesn't need it. Shall I put one more on? Oh. No. No. Or maybe yes. No. So I'm really happy with that. So all you need to do, once you've made the frame how you want it to look, I'm just going to lift that up again, is just add a photograph. So I had a quick route round in the cupboard earlier and I found one that I think is quite nice. Now this is my daughter, my niece and my nephew, and they'll probably tell me off for using it because it's a few years old. In fact, they're all sort of toddlers really on here, and they're now in the 20s, so you can tell it's a while ago. Push that photo in, hopefully it'll fit right. And there we have, it's a bit of a glare on there so you can't really see, but you're mainly looking at the frame. There we have a photo frame made with coiled rolls, paper rolls. And I've got to say, I've absolutely loved doing it. Thank you, Sarah Frost, for your request and, you know, mentioning this to me. It's been absolutely fantastic. If anybody else has something that they think I might be able to make, please let me know. I'm going to pop that on the side. You know, and I will do my best to see if I can recreate something. Now, next time we're going to be making, hopefully, bottle lights. So what you're going to need, if you've got a bottle, you know, you can use wine bottles or anything really, but you know, you need a bottle. You don't need to go out and buy yourself a drink or anything, just I've used them that have glass bottles that sometimes have water in as well. And so if you get yourself a bottle, and some of the pound shops actually sell the bottles that already have the light fitment in them. This, now you can get these, I got mine from Amazon, but you can pick them up in the shops that are, like I say, a bottle that might already have one of these in. And we're going to paint them up, so I'm going to show you a few examples of the ones we'll be doing, or something we'll be doing. But there's one that I've done earlier. As you can see, it's now got the light on. It's a bit difficult in this room light to see, so I'm going to turn that off, and you can see that I stuck some butterflies and a bit of lace on it. With this one, I'm not going to put the light on this one. I painted it grey and I've popped poppies on, and the light is actually red for this one. And for this one, you can use bits of string, all sorts. So I painted it. This one I think it's quite rustic looking. So I've just used a sponge, dabbed on my paint, and then I've just put some string on it. And there you go. So for our next one, if you can find yourself a bottle, you'll be ready. You'll need some acrylic paint, a sponge or a paintbrush. And if you can get one of these, but don't worry about getting this. You can get the top, you know, the light fitting anytime. So pop them to the side. Once again, thank you ever so much. Leave us your comments. Let us know what you think. And it's been a pleasure. Thank you.